We did have some music news yesterday.
What happened?
Taylor Swift performed her 100th performance of the Eras Tour, and all of the Swifties thought that it was going to come with huge news, only for the news to be that the Eras Tour will officially end in December. Taylor Swift had not confirmed that the Eras Tour was going to end in December. That is when the last dates are out for the Eras Tour, but she has said now that that will be the end. So if you want to go to the Eras Tour, suggest doing it in this fall. And that means Taylor Swift, if she's not on the Eras Tour, if the Chiefs go for a three-peat, no worries on that playoff run. She'll be able to be at every single game cheering on Travis Kelce, to which I'm sure Roger Goodell is thrilled.
I would guarantee that no matter what happened with the tour, the NFL was going to make sure to make it to where the Chiefs' schedule was going to accommodate Taylor Swift to try and get her to those games for the viewership numbers. I think that, not I think, it's known. Taylor Swift, this Eras Tour, highest selling tour of all time. And I think that's what most people use when they talk about best tours all time. It's outsold. Last year, it outdid Elton John's. Last year, it surpassed Elton John's farewell tour. Elton John was at like $980 million in dollars, and Taylor was at $1 billion. They're saying that the economic impact from Taylor Swift's tour, for every $1 you spend on a ticket, is $3 to the local economy. If she's at $1 billion, they're saying the economic impact just over here in the United States from that tour is around $5 billion.
That's insane.
I saw that on Time and maybe Fortune or something like that. But that's wild to stop and think about that type of impact and to contextualize that for people, because big numbers are big numbers, and we throw those out there all the time. When she went to Glendale, she outdid, from a tourism standpoint, she outdid the Super Bowl, which was also in Glendale. When she went to Seattle, she outdid, from a tourism standpoint, money being brought in from tourism dollars. When she went to Seattle, she outdid the MLB All-Star game in that measurement. She is, every time she puts on a show, from a tourism standpoint, it's like a Super Bowl for those cities, which is why the cities do the goofy things like change their name to Swiftopolis or change their name to Taylor Swift is awesome or whatever the hell they call it. That's what Minneapolis did. They changed it to Swiftopolis or something like that. That's why it happens, because she's bringing in literally hundreds of millions of dollars in tourism revenue for your city.
Globally. It's crazy. I have a friend who's seeing her in Liverpool tonight.
Has your friend seen her before?
No, this will be her first time. That was the ticket that she was able to get at the time. I had a friend see her in Paris. I have a friend seeing her in Warsaw later this summer. And it's very cool to see people so inspired by an artist that they want to fly across the world to see said artist. If you want to see her as close to America as possible, her last dates are Toronto, which is a November run, and then Vancouver is the final city that she's stopping in December. So that final show will be December 8th, 2024. I'm kind of bummed because when she gets to Toronto, Vancouver, and I have a friend who's like desperately trying to convince me to go with her to the Eras Tour this fall, which I would go to, because I think, even not being like a true Swiftie Swift, I respect the music, I respect the performance, and it feels like one giant musical, and I can always get behind one giant musical. And if my friend wants to, take me to the Eras Tour, like, oh, well, I'll twist my arm. I just have to wait for the Grizzlies schedule. But Paramore stops touring with her in London. So when she goes to Canada, it's Gracie Abrams, who's great.
I didn't know Paramore was on tour with her.
Paramore's been on tour with her, and I would have loved to
gone to see
Hayley
Paramore.
Williams and Paramore open.
Love me
for,
some Paramore.
Taylor Swift. I know, me too. So that would have been very cool.
Played kickball last night. The playlist was very Paramore heavy. Love me some Paramore.
Yeah.
The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hart, live every weekday at 8 a.m.